How modding changes the narrative in RPGs like The Witcher 3. Introduction to modding in RPGs. Modding has significantly impacted role-playing games, RPGs, by altering and expanding their narratives. Games like The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt have seen transformative changes due to mods, enhancing storytelling and player engagement. Here's how modding influences the narrative in RPGs. 1. Expanding storylines with new quests, enriching the game world. Mods can introduce entirely new quests and storylines, expanding the game's narrative universe. For example, mods for The Witcher 3 add new adventures, characters, and lore, providing players with fresh content that deepens their immersion and exploration of the game world. 2. Enhancing character development, deeper interactions and backstories. Mods often create content that enriches character development. Mods can add new dialogue options, character interactions, and backstories, allowing players to explore different facets of characters and build more complex relationships, thereby enhancing the emotional depth of the narrative. 3. Rewriting plot elements, alternative story paths and endings. Some mods offer alternative plotlines or endings, allowing players to experience different outcomes and choices. These narrative-altering mods can create what-if scenarios, providing new ways to engage with the game's story and explore different narrative possibilities. 4. Improving narrative consistency, fixing plot holes and errors. Modding can address narrative inconsistencies or gaps within the original game. By fixing plot holes, refining story elements, or correcting errors, mods can improve the overall coherence of the narrative, leading to a more satisfying and polished storytelling experience. 5. Introducing new factions and lore, expanding the world-building. Mods can introduce new factions, locations, and lore, adding depth to the game's world-building. This expanded content can enrich the game's narrative by providing additional context, history, and cultural details, creating a more immersive and engaging world for players. 6. Enhancing immersion through customization, tailoring the experience. Custom narrative mods allow players to personalize their gaming experience. For example, mods can let players customize character dialogue or decision-making processes, tailoring the story to their preferences and enhancing their personal connection to the narrative. 7. Revitalizing old content, refreshing classic elements. Modding can revitalize old or underused narrative elements. By reworking or expanding upon existing content, mods can breathe new life into classic storylines or characters, offering players new ways to experience familiar aspects of the game. 8. Creating dynamic and interactive stories, real-time changes and reactions. Advanced mods can introduce dynamic storytelling mechanics where the game's narrative evolves in real time based on player actions and choices. This can lead to more interactive and responsive storytelling, where the game world reacts and adapts to player decisions. 9. Bridging gaps between official updates, fan-made content as a bridge. Modding often serves as a bridge between official updates or expansions. While waiting for official content, players can enjoy fan-made mods that add new narrative elements, keeping the game engaging and providing fresh content during downtime. 10. Influencing future game development, developer inspiration. Successful narrative mods can inspire developers for future updates or new projects. Game creators often take note of popular mods and the creative ideas they introduce, potentially incorporating similar concepts into official content, influencing the direction of future game narratives. Conclusion. The impact of modding on RPG narratives. Modding profoundly changes the narrative landscape of RPGs like The Witcher 3, offering new quests, enhancing character development, and introducing alternative storylines. By expanding, refining, and personalizing the game's narrative, mods provide players with richer and more immersive storytelling experiences, significantly influencing how they engage with the game.